to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Minutes from September the 11th, 2012. Carla Johnson called the meeting to order after the Pledge of Allegiance. The minutes from the last meeting were read. Ruth approved the minutes and John seconded. June read the financial report with Ruth approving and John seconding. Under water, Jeff Mosley from Indiana American Water was at the meeting. He told the board that Indiana American had approved taking care of the water treatment plant. Indiana American can do all the water testing and backwashing. This can be done with a signed contract between the town and Indiana American Water. The town would have to pay Indiana American Water the same amount as currently paid to Danny Chastain, which is $400 twice a month. Also, they would not take care of any water line breaks, but would recommend a company that they have used in the past with good outcomes. The company is Langford Excavating out of Terre Haute. The reading of the water meters would still be the responsibility of the town. Also, if the town has to buy, for example, a new pump, it would be added to the town's assets, and we would be paid for the pump if and when Indiana American buys the water company. Jeff Hansen had emailed the town copies of the water bill to show the comparable rates. At 5,236 gallons, merom would be $56.71, and Indiana American Water would be $45.82. For 2,244 gallons of water, merom would be $31.99. Indiana American Water would be $27.95. Also, Jeff Hansen had emailed a list of possible choices for doing the appraisal for the water company. June called Jane Cleveland with Cleveland Environmental Engineering for a quote for the appraisal. She called back the quote of $6,500. Richard Birch of Midwestern Engineers out of Lagodi and Eric Smith out of Hunter, Wagle and Klein Engineering of Terre Haute haven't returned phone calls yet. Jeffrey Mosley told the meeting that merom would need 2 engineering appraisals and 1 appraisal for the land where the wells are and the water plant and where the water tower is. June contacted Brian Hazelray about the land appraisal, and he gave a quote of $500. But that the land where the water tower is needs to be separated from the town property. The property where the water tower is will have to be surveyed, and the decision will have to be made about how much land goes with the water tower and the right-of-way or easement granted. Water leaks brought up for adjustment with Joanne Pierce, which had happened earlier, had been fixed and was approved. Byron and Mary Hoseman, which was approved. Paul Kay's leak wasn't approved as his situation is a leak in a water hose which is hooked up to the yard and ran through the house. The board said that as he doesn't have a working water system in his house or a working bathroom, he will not be approved for adjustment. Brett Nails of Hudsonville, Illinois, had supplied the board with a list of what he would need to take on the job of water supervisor. After hearing what he wanted, the board decided not to hire Mr. Nails and told June to write a letter to him stating that he would not be hired. Merom would the extra money to do all that he wants. Jeffrey Mosley said that the well fields need mowed and their trees are growing where they shouldn't. June will contact Christian about cleaning up the well fields. He went to mow them once and got lost. Under streets, Rex McKinley is still not able to do work, so June needs to find someone else to clean out the ditch at 4th and Phillips. June contacted the Indiana Department of Transportation about getting a grant for sidewalks, and now she gets email from INDOT. They want an inventory of our ADA curb ramps and sidewalks. She can do the questionnaire online. There is a website that had the necessary sizes for sidewalks and curbs. John suggested contacting Jim Walker and Tim Cox to get estimates for the work. June wrote a letter to User Energy asking for money to replace the sidewalks along Highway 58 between Poplar Street and Phillips, basically the Methodist Church and High Point Church. Under cemetery, donations have been made to the cemetery operating fund. Rowena Flath, $100, and Betty Skinner, $100. Also, Jay Wardlow of Jay's Lawn Care said last week he would donate $100 of his mowing fees to the cemetery. He has since been in a motorcycle accident, and nothing has been done about it yet. Christian has been told to spray the Johnson grass and weeds in the drive of the cemetery. Under parks, the park closed at 11 sign on the north end of the bluff entrance has been stolen. Rex McKinley won't be able to do the work on the bluff wall. John suggested calling Jim Wampler or Tim Cox to get estimates for the work. There are motor holes next to the bluff wall after recent rains. June met with Jeremiah Lemons of the DNR Forestry Division. He recommended that one tree be taken out as soon as possible, maybe two later. The tree that is in bad shape is near the playground equipment and small shelter house. We need to replant with 5-year-old trees, older, and the root ball will have been damaged and moved to the bluff, and it would take several years for the roots to recover. He agreed with the tree choices of persimmon, pecan, hickory, and walnut. He also suggested bald cypress. All these trees are native to Indiana. In old business, new business, Carl asked June to contact Deborah Sheckler about sending a letter to the State Board of Accounts about the letter sent to the town stating that if the bill for past audits wasn't paid, and that the state would withhold part of our tax settlement to the town. Letters to be sent to merom citizens for violations on unmowed lawns. It was Bonnie Sowers, Tom Thompson, The Workshop, Lisa Simpson, Randy Moon, Mr. Stedham, Ross Gettinger, Caitlin Brown, Jack Gettinger. Letter to Morris's about the boat and cars in the yard. A lien on Ike Cox's 5th Street property that needs moved. Prisoners will be in town next week. The conference center will feed them on Wednesday. Norma said she'd feed them on Tuesday. Jim will line up donors for the rest of the week. Wabash Valley Heat and Gas sent a letter with fuel options and decided to use the same option as last year. And Carla adjourned the meeting.
Are there any corrections or additions? I'll second.
Okay, on the financial report, the general fund has $1,638.91. The NBH has $7,263.11. Local roads and streets has $526.77. Recreation has $1,650.33. The building fund has $519.84. The riverboat has $5,688.88. Rainy day has $1,257.10. The cumulative cap improvement has $720.83. And CEDA has $10,728.81. And we've gotten checks from the state this week.
Any corrections or additions to that?
Oh, water has $42,076.71, and cemetery has $33,685.
Water? You have anything?
I just came this month to check in and see where you guys were, or if there's anything I could do to help, or any questions I can answer. I can show them today.
I met with Gina Swift with Hannah and Waggle and Klein, and she took copies of the maps that was down there like you guys had used, and some of the paperwork from '93 that showed the specifications on everything that was being, how we were building it, and all the specifications of what went into it. And she is going to get back with us at the end of next week with a quote on what the appraisal would be after we've gotten all the information. The only thing I've got to look up is where we had the inside of the tank treated. She wanted to know all the improvements. And the only thing I haven't found yet is where we had the inside of the tank taken care of. But I'll have that to her, and I've got her email to send it to her. Yeah, the water tower. They did the outside last year, the inside the year before that.
We may even have some of that because we reached out to Larry Payne. We may even have some stuff from Larry that would help you all see, and we can get that to you if we already have it. So Richard hasn't gotten back with anything yet. Richard Bird?
No.
Midwestern?
We've got a new household. We've got McKee's moving in over here, and Shipleys have moved out, but they're gonna keep the water on. One of the meters that I had to have turned off this week in the middle of all the rain, Christian did something too much or something, but it started a leak, and Danny had to come in the rain and fix it. And I'm very happy. I think that's all I've got on water. Since then, the prisoners went down and done a bunch of clearing and mowing, and Christian's supposed to go back down, but with the rain ever so often, I'm afraid to send him down because I don't want him to get stuck. That's all I've got.
I guess it's anything you guys want me to help with as far as trying to push Richard if you want to, or if you just want to wait and get a price from Hammer and Klein and then decide from there what you want to do.
Do we need three or?
No, you need three appraisers. One has to be an engineer, one has to be a real estate appraiser. This third should be an engineer because that's where the real value is in the pipes. So if you get Judy and Hammer and Klein, Hammer and Klein comes in even at about the same price as Judy, and then time you add the 500 for the real estate, you're still at a number that we have an agreement that we said we should pay for the appraisal to get done at that price. So if they come in around the same price, you're okay.
Okay.
And either one of them, Hammer and Klein do a good job. I actually saw Eric Smith from Hammer and Klein last week at the IAC conference. So, and I saw Richard Birch also, and I asked him if he called you guys. If he was
Yeah, I
supposed to be
called,
busy.
but he never called back.
Okay.
He was busy. Do you want me to call Max to get the survey done for the land under the water tower?
Yeah.
Max.
And what you can do, if you want, it's up to you, is we just acquired the new whitening system. And what we did is they just included like half an acre, 3/4 an acre, and they just put a value on that for the appraisal. And then once we decided that they were going to go forward and sell the utility, then we actually paid to get the survey done of the actual survey and define where it was going to be. So if you don't want to spend the money right now to get a survey done, you can just let that go and just say that this is how you're going to handle it, that it's going to include, and let the appraisers include the value.
And you'll let us know how much area you're going in.
Yeah, when you get ready to meet with you, once you decide you want the appraisers in it, we can come meet with the appraisers and talk about that, and I can look at what we did at New Whiteland. A lot of it is, yours is easy because it's close to the road, so, and I don't really want to interfere. I know there's some electric panels there near that entrance to the park that I think you use for your festivals and stuff. So I don't really know that we want those power panels being on, I don't think they need to be on property we own, so we can just own the property around the tank and then have an access easement to the other, so that way you still have the right to control that.
Okay.
If that makes sense to you, but
Would you guys want a fence around the bottom of the
we
tower?
probably will fence around it. That's why we need to confine how much we're gonna own, so that way we can fence what we own and have access around the rest, so it doesn't interfere with what the town wants to do with the property. So,
Okay.
'cause I just don't want you, if you wanna give a survey, then you can. I just
No,
don't want
that's
you to spend money you don't need to, because we can do that. Once we know the appraisal comes in and everybody wants to go forward with it, then we might as well spend the money to get ready to close and all
Okay.
that.
Thank you. Do you have anything under parks?
The bid for cutting down the tree that I got from Jay's Lawn Care was $800. I've talked to Jackie Gettinger about Merom Improvement paying for half of that. She said she's gonna bring it up at the next meeting. We planted 2 persimmon trees up there. They were donated by Fay and Bonnie Pearl.
Okay. And it's that one gnarly tree in the middle, right?
It's the one closest to the playground equipment and that little shelter house, and it's leaning towards them.
It hasn't had leaves on it for several years.
Well, this one's got some leaves on it, but it's the closest one, but if you get up there, it's all hollow on the inside, you can see. Yeah.
Jim, do you still need another persimmon tree?
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm saying,
well, these are, got that. And he told me it'd be best to plant them in the spring,
oh,
but
okay.
I knew I needed Street. Is it better?
Yeah, it certainly is, and the one over here
And
really
the
is
one over
too.
here, yeah.
They were bad.
I've got to get some more of the pothole filler, because we used all we had, to fix them 2 potholes.
Okay.
But I don't think we're in dire need that I'm gonna make a special trip to get it or anything, so I'll just get it as needed.
And
Jim Wampler does not want the job for the, streets. Sidewalks, Tim Cox does, but he's been working out of town right now. And I can't send the letter to Use Your Energy asking for money till I know how much I need,
right.
so.
Okay.
You guys have any plans to fix the sidewalk in front of my house? Or at least rip it out? Where that main
We're
road
gonna
was?
work on that.
Because it's pretty bad right now.
It's horrible.
What about down here?
Yeah, where, when they had the fire over here,
Yeah.
the main road.
The property owner usually rips them out.
Yeah.
I hate to say that.
It's true. If you understand, if you get sidewalks, you have to lose space to come back. I irritated somebody one day when I told her that, but. Okay. Cemetery.
I don't have anything new under cemetery. He got all the Johnson grass sprayed and the prisoners cleaned up. Big gully out. Yeah. I'm gonna have Christian go ahead, because I know several months ago, after I started, I was told to get those big planters off of those posts and get them knocked down, so we can get that done.
Did the post, the things knocked down?
You taking the post out?
Why?
Have you looked at them?
I know the
One
concrete,
bad that needs repairs or something,
You mean the whole post or just the top of it?
the whole thing.
Really, they're that bad?
well, I know that, I looked at the planters the other day,
Planters,
off,
I'm
and they,
afraid some, they're gonna fall off and hurt somebody.
I mean, long,
No, replace them.
I like to see them replaced up at the front of the house.
So is it the park over here?
No,
Cemetery.
What would it cost to get them repaired?
I can find
It'd be
out.
like a bricklayer.
Is it, yeah, I mean, would be expensive.
I don't know, I can find out. I'm gonna hold of Tim Cox and have him give me an estimate on doing that too, while he's doing the other. I don't know that we can go much more because of the width of vehicles anymore. We can't go out a whole lot.
No, yeah, no, I meant just repair them.
Yeah, repair it.
I don't know, but I hate to see them torn down without at least getting
you know, as
estimate.
far as I know, there was never anything put in those plans. that said
Oh, I'm not talking about the planets, I agree with those planets, or, they've never done it, nobody's ever done it.
Dick Olson was going to one time.
Yeah, but
But
the,
it makes sense, they're too tall to put anything in. Terrifying.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
that's,
But you know, we could get like, if we're like, you know, keep something there or even put something at the entrance like it was, like the front. You could get Brampton Brick to donate the brick. And then, you know, have somebody, to do the work. I mean,
It would be nice to have something nice at the entrance and
Yeah.
a nice sign that can say about.
Oh, and there is no news on the cemetery.
well, that's,
I know, but
there is, yeah, because there's no way you can figure out exactly when the cemetery was.
I know, but we should, then, to me, it just should have said Merom Cemetery.
Oh, yeah,
instead of established about.
right, I didn't sign it, but, yeah.
But under cemetery, my friend Donna has got a new cemetery program for the computer that we can go in and do mapping and get it all caught up to date.
That would be
And she
wonderful.
bought that at her own expense. Donna's wonderful.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we get everything
Yeah.
entered in, we'll be doing good.
That would be great. We would be most appreciative.
Hopefully this could be a nice winter project. Not winter, but not
Well, as far as that date's concerned, nobody was asked about it, or about the sign or anything else. It was just
No,
done.
I was asked when the cemetery started, and I, you know, when I didn't realize she was gonna put it on a sign, or I wouldn't have said, because I did say it was about such and such, because that's about what it was. But I didn't realize it was gonna go on a sign. I would have said, I probably would have said, you know, that year, because
And
who
nobody
knows?
would have argued
Yeah,
with
nobody else.
Yeah, exactly. Who know, I mean, you know, yeah. But
I mean, I would love to have something that says, if we're gonna say established, just say established 1862.
Sure, right. Yeah, yeah. Because see, there are tombstones, there are people's, older than that in there, but they were moved from the Massey Cemetery.
Right.
you know, Massey Cemetery. So so you can't go by that, because they obviously died before 1862, but they were moved from that cemetery to this one.
Oh, and I did
Yeah.
forget
Too bad you can't change that.
something
If we
on,
got a new nice sign, we could change it.
Yeah, there we go.
something on water. Debbie Horn wants her water from July adjusted because she used 12,180 gallons, and she said there's no way that she could have. I had went out and checked the meter, and everything was right. Everything's been good since then. I suggested maybe she was putting water in her pool, but she told me she wasn't.
I think it would be, I can imagine.
Okay, this is October.
Well, she had told me back then that she thought there was a problem. I looked at the meter,
But when you find her swimming pool is always full.
And
well,
If
she
she
didn't
didn't
have
have
it,
any.
she'd have to keep water in it. And if it evaporated, it's
Well,
not
that's
the
good
same.
enough.
and she doesn't have a leak.
Mm-mm.
You know, say no.
I agree with her.
And the Merom Conference Center had another leak inside of Gevinger House. This was totally different from the last one. This one was the ice maker line to the refrigerator, and it had gotten so deep, I was in there, it was up to the 5th step. And they asked for an adjustment. The other was the hot water heater, and they replaced the hot water heater. So, I don't know, they don't go over there.
I was gonna say, the awful checklist house is more awful,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, you know.
I mean, I don't have a problem doing it with the stipulation that it's checked on a regular basis. I mean,
It's just common sense.
yeah,
But wait, so they're.
I mean, that had to take a long time to come through that whole thing. Don't argue with me, water people.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
We got notification that our budget was approved.
Not what we wanted.
Not
what
what
they
we
decided.
wanted, but what
Well, you knew what was what you wanted.
I got my hands slapped at the budget meeting.
And she did that for more money than we were gonna get.
Yeah.
Well, you try, what else can you?
Well, everybody else did.
Yeah, everybody else does that too, Jim.
I asked for 49,000, we're getting 22.
That's a lesson, huh?
Did you ask Debbie about that letter?
I did, and she was gonna contact them, and I made a copy somewhere of what I sent back whenever I sent the next payment in, asking them that I want these issues addressed about, was there ever any notification ever sent? And I forget what the letter read. I
for that. Anything else?
Wednesday, October the 24th, over at Nashville, Indiana, is a city and town clerk treasurer, city clerks and city controllers accounting and budget workshop that I want to go to. It's,
Like great something in Nashville.
it's free. And,
Free, that's a good thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
except for the gas going over.
Oh, yeah.
And it said in there somewhere that if it's over 50 miles, yeah, for each official who is 50 miles or farther, they can spend the night at a hotel. And I was so excited because I thought, state's going to pay for it. And then I read farther, state ain't paying for it.
They're giving you permission to stay and if you pay for it?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Well,
of them, isn't it?
the town would,
Jeez.
the town would have to would reimburse us.
I know, but what do you?
Yeah, but they don't reimburse if it's less than 50 miles. But
But they will reimburse for mileage?
the state won't.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The town for anything.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's nice of them to tell you you could stay.
yeah.
And that's a blessing.
Well, what they're saying, there's a stipulation that if it's over 50 miles, then the town can pay you back. But if it's less than 50 miles, like if you were going to Sullivan for a meeting,
Yeah.
obviously, you know, you couldn't stay right over there in the hotel.
Well,
I mean, you could, but the town would not, you know, reimburse you for that.
or the Lysol to go into that room.
Yeah.
Please don't put that in the paper.
It's not going to be in the paper.
That is everything I've got.
Yes. I'll be a dirty bird, but I suggest now is a good time to have a new ordinance to keep horses, pigs, and chickens out of town. And cows, as of today.
So you gotta formally do an ordinance.
Yes.
Well, she's
And
just
then,
bringing
but,
it up.
No, I mean, I'm asking you, that's what you gotta do.
but we need to, especially when somebody's got horses that's starving to death. Sometimes they're next to a restaurant, they burn the horse manure. The people around it have to smell it. They aren't down there right now, so I think now's a good time.
And we don't have cows right
We
now.
don't have any cows, as far as I know, it's still a pig. Yeah, there's chickens.
Family.
Those rounds still have chicken.
Oh, down here?
Down here,
Oh, that I don't know.
they did have, so
I
I think
enjoyed,
now's a good time to put a stop to it.
I enjoyed any of these rooster.
Well, I like to hear it too, but
I don't think we can exclude roosters from that livestock thing. I go along with that if you want to see how that is, what we need to do.
And we need an ordinance for the water too, don't we?
Well, yeah, if you know who you're going to appoint as the appraisers, then if you get that resolved before your next monthly council meeting, then you can have an ordinance for you to pass.
Okay.
That says you're going to pursue the process and you're going to appoint these appraisers and here's who the appraisers are and that you expect them to come back with an appraisal within 45 days or whatever and get them started. And we've given June and Debbie, we've gone over with Debbie the agreement that we're willing to sign that says we'll pay for the appraisal ourselves, so.
I think we've all seen that one.
And it's pretty open-ended, we're just saying we'll pay for it, it doesn't even say if you decide not to sell, you don't owe us the money back, so we're willing to take that risk, to pay for it, get it done. Before we talk about water, the other thing I did want to clarify is guy decided that he is going to stay and run the plant, or do you know yet?
You didn't answer this.
That he is still showing up and doing the work? Okay. Well, we have, I'll get an agreement ready and have it for you to review, and it'll be pretty straightforward. It just says we're not gonna take any environmental liability in case there's anything that the plant's not operating properly. We'll notify any things that are going on. As Jeff said, if any, last time, if you have to spend any substantial money on it, then it'll get added to the appraisal and you'll get reimbursed for that. And we'll come down and do what needs to be done with a certified operator and sign the reports and do the backwashing and do all that stuff.
I know she's asking one of the lots of answers.
Yeah, I understand. I just trying.